to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the war room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Eccles.
Here we are. It is Saturday night, and we are tucked away in the war room somewhere in the high desert of southern Idaho. We are back. It is the Patriot Defense Podcast, and I'm here with, it looks like to be the regulars. I'm here with with Mr. Sultry himself, Kevin Tarver.
Hello.
And we got the gun counter guru, Mr. Mark.
Hello.
We are going to do something a little different tonight. Actually, we're going to Mark has had a brainchild of an idea over here, and we are going to give out the number first thing. Get through the boring stuff, and then we can talk about the fun stuff. So go ahead, Mark.
All right. So we need people to call in. We need people to have questions, comments, give us topics to talk about that you want to hear about. Call us at the podcast hotline. That's 1208-696-4397. You can also reach us by email, patriotdefense13@yahoo.com. Share everything with your friends, obviously. Friends, family, all that stuff. Comments, questions, get them out there. Let's hear them.
And I want to throw out there too that I still have to do some tweaking on it a little bit, but check out my new website. My new webpage is up and rolling, and it's a hell of a lot better than my old website, which I created myself. I went ahead and decided to quit being cheap, and I forked out some money and actually had someone who knew what they were doing create this website. So it is, you can find that at patriotdefense13.com. That's patriotdefense13.com. You can, what are you? Whatever. Tarver's playing with the flashlight. You can actually find the podcast, link to all the podcasts there if you want. And hopefully in the next couple weeks, I do a radio show on Fridays. You're going to be able to, they're going to funnel the radio show every time I do it. They're going to funnel that to the website as well. So hopefully we can get that taken care of. And I'm going to have them put in a blog page. So, I don't type worth a damn.
Sweet.
My Facebook posts even suck, but I'm going to try to put down a few thoughts every now and then, and we'll see what happens.
Bloggity blog.
We can have guest bloggers, you two.
I don't even know what a blog is.
I will type out my manifesto.
Great. So what about you? I think we started with Tarver last time. We'll start with Mark this time. What have you done the last week, Mr. Mark?
The Black Friday, day after Thanksgiving Day sales coming up. There's going to be some pretty good deals going on. Anyway, so I was kind of getting things a little prepared. Didn't work much at the gun counter, but not this week anyway. They had me other places. But it sounds like we're going to have some screaming deals. So I've basically just been getting ready for the mad rush of people that we're probably not going to have.
I don't know. My wife was talking about Black Friday shopping. I said, they're having some kind of crazy gun deal at D&B, and she asked me if I wanted to go, and I said, hell no. No offense against you. I said that against
I'm not a big fan of it either. So
anything concerned with Black Friday. So what gun is it? Do we know yet?
I know there's a Springfield XD.
Okay.
Not sure what.
And you just mentioned that, did you? And I just missed it probably?
Well, I don't know if
you may have. I was busy responding to the people.
They are having like a 10% off all regular priced firearms. Which is they've never done before, so we'll see how this goes.
I could get a high point for $65.
Let's see. Take,
I don't know what they cost.
See, carry the one? No.
Dang it. But that's the day you buy 2 high points.
Dual wheel.
You dual wield high points. You could have a Muddy Girl camo in one hand, and you could have the Digi camo in the other hand.
Twice the high point firepower.
Holy cow!
Yeah,
that would make the slide. You had 2 of them, and you're pulling the trigger at the same time. You combine both of those, and you got the slide speed of a normal handgun.
Well, or you just empty the mag on one, then throw it, and you still have one.
Oh, sweet. There you go. There you go. So, other than that, no significant thoughts from behind the gun counter? You got to have something. You deal with people all the time.
Oh, boy. It's handling of the firearms is ridiculous. Anybody that's ever worked a gun counter knows that you get guns pointed at you like constantly.
Right.
Even people that are like think that they're self-conscious about it, and they tell their wife, "Hey, don't point it at them." They still do it.
Right.
And I'm like, you think you're being good about it, but you're really not paying that much attention. You're still doing bad habits.
Gun safety is key. We saw, and we'll talk about. We saw a video that I posted on our little text message group about that guy shooting around. Did you see that one? The guy shooting around the dummies at the table.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, I did go on for.
It's a good thing those dummies were dummies, because I wouldn't be sitting there while someone was doing that.
Exactly. Hey, I want to I want to clarify something here. Zane was watching us on Facebook Live, and he said he wanted me to type out the phone number for him because it was cutting out or something.
Oh, yeah.
I did type it out here, but I wanted to make sure he understood. I wanted to make sure Zane understood that you can call in and leave a message right now.
Right.
We can't actually take the phone call and put you on the podcast right now.
Not yet.
But if you leave a message, ask a question, say, "Hi, how the hell you doing?" or "This is Zane from wherever," I can put you on the next podcast. I might be able to put you on this one. We'll see, but I just can't get you in here live yet. So if you're expecting that, I'm sorry. I'm not that. I barely can get this to work every week. We know what a struggle that is, right?
You need to get like the Glock of podcast equipment.
The Glock of podcast.
They're reliable, just works every time.
Sounds like I'm going to pay a lot for a name.
It may be bulky, and it may be like
ugly.
Not the
like
prettiest
that's pretty.
thing.
It's going to have nice lights that shine and light up.
Christmas lights.
I like that one. You get some of them that have those big soundboards, man. No, come on, man.
I'm getting one.
500 switches, and it looks like a cockpit.
We need to have at least like one button that you push and it just does like crickets.
So I'm going to get one, and I'm going to make sure it's got some buttons that you can record stuff to. And you know what I'm going to put underneath one of them? You know which one I'm going to put
sultry, elegant 5 points.
Exactly.
I can't even remember what it was.
Now that I figured out that I'm getting clever enough with this editing, that as soon as something awesome is said, I find it and I like clip it out and like save it for later. So they may pop up in other shows and you guys may not know about it. So
I'm gonna get off your Wi-Fi. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah, get off my Wi-Fi. So what about you, Mr. Tarver?
I took a VODA class online.
Great.
Online VODA class.
Yes, I studied under the master's feet, and I feel better. I feel confident.
Do you want to show us what you learned?
No.
You sure?
No, it's too dangerous.
Too dangerous.
It really is too dangerous.
It is.
So if anyone knows who Lucian Black or VODA Inc. is, go find his place. I think it's like VODA Inc., VODA Consulting. Go find it on Facebook and like it. VODA Extreme Direct Action. It is so freaking entertaining to watch.
Don't follow anything that he does. I mean,
you don't follow.
It's more for entertainment.
Follow the page. But he showed this really cool. I'm going to cut myself. He's so much better than me.
He's been doing this for a long time.
Just hold your hands this far apart and you can do it.
He's been handling weapons since he was 9. Oh. That's what it said on that video.
Yeah, sticks
underneath. He's been handling weapons since he was 9. Mm-hmm. So he took his gun and he did. What was he doing? He was
circling, but then he did the jab, 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 jab.
And then he thought it was cool to do the jab, jab, jab.
With a knife in one hand and a gun in the other.
And that's freaking awesome.
With no force whatsoever. So.
As you slit your wrist and die.
But yeah, it's please don't do anything he does though.
Oh yeah.
But it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's freaking hilarious. And we constantly make fun of the poor guy. And the best part is to watch his video or watch what he posts and then go through and read the comments. But I was watching it in there tonight and I was thinking, man, if he can do it, So can I, and I got a lot better material than he does.
He will not be denied. He will not be held back.
No, he will not be.
He's going to put forth his nonsense.
Even after the NRA, even after the NRA took away his credentials and everything else. I think they might have even it's not the NRA, but when the state he was in, I think they like rejected his concealed carry permit and did all kinds of crap to him.
Well, you post stuff like that, you'd expect them to.
Oh, exactly. But
just because you can hit a ping pong ball doesn't mean you're a ping pong champion.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So, Mr. Tarver, is that all you do? Is take a VODA class, or
what more do you want, man? What more do you need?
Next time he comes to town, I need to know about it.
He comes to town?
How'd you go take it? Did you just watch his video and figure you had
it was online.
Classes?
He took it online.
It's an online class.
I'm just making this up.
I know. I gotcha. What did I do? I renewed my enhanced concealed carry permit this week. So there you go.
Crickets. No, I'm just kidding.
And pretty much.
That's an interesting question. Do you have to go take a class?
I don't. I took the class. So I took a class at the very beginning.
Right.
Okay. I took my class. No. I went and got the NRA when they first started. The NRA actually offered a class that was pretty much covered the requirements to get the enhanced permit.
Right.
And then I took that class, so I knew what class to give for the enhanced permit. And since I took it, I was able to get everything signed off. It was just like me going to class. I was able to get everything signed off, and that's how I got my permit. And so if you renew your permit within a certain amount of time before it expires, I don't know the exact days, they send you a postcard in the mail, then it doesn't cost you anything extra. You don't have to retake the class as of right now. And then your permit's good for 5 years. But if it's like 30 days after, it costs you a little extra money. And if you go like 60 days or 90 days, they just make you recertify. Yeah.
Gotcha. I actually get asked that a lot.
Yeah.
Because when we're doing the paperwork, somebody's concealed permit's expired or something, they ask me if they have to recertify, to get that back. So
you do, only if depends on how long.
Yeah.
They've gone, but they send you a freaking postcard, man. Just go in, and it's so easy. You don't even really have to make an appointment. Honestly, all you really need to do
send
is
Mm-hmm.
the check.
That too. But you fill out the application, you go up to the counter, and they'll photocopy some things, and then you give them some money and walk away. And they'll call you later on when your new permit comes in.
They don't have to retake your fingerprints or anything.
No,
Yeah.
nope, not at all.
Yep.
So
Cool.
I stayed in there for about 3 hours and chatted with Sugden for a while, the guy that issues the permits for Twin Falls County. And we told stories, and he told me what he's heard and saw. And he actually offered, and I may take him up on this, he offered to come on the show sometime.
Cool.
And he can talk about the local laws.
Yeah.
Or not laws, but like the concealed carry process.
That'd be awesome.
And he's got stuff that he is concerned with and sees, like proper holsters and stuff like that he wants to touch on. So I may holler at him in a couple of weeks, kind of get through the holidays. Everyone's kind of busy, and he said he'd come out here and do that, and then just BS and talk guns with us. So that'd be kind of fun. But
when I went and got mine, I talked with him a little bit, and he had some pretty cool stories.
Oh yeah, he does.
Because I shoot with a couple law enforcement guys, and him being law enforcement, he knew a lot of the guys I was talking or shooting with and stuff. So it's kind of neat to. Be
chat.
able to chat like that.
And I mean, he's a good guy. We've I won't say we've gone rounds, but we had a little rough patch at the get go, but now we're all cool with each other. So he didn't know who I was, and I showed up and said, "This is what I'm going to do. This I'm certified." And I think he was a little apprehensive. Who am I? He doesn't know me.
Mm-hmm.
And but it all turned out in the end. So I do want to say, and I want to show this off here. What do we got?
I just. Bringing that back up.
We could talk about that too. I like to. It's no secret. I like to run. I went out and I actually met with some people today, and I always run by myself typically, unless my son's with me. And I ran with. I was like a guy, and there's like 4 or 5 gals. We did like 9 miles today, and I was talking to them about carrying a firearm while they run, And the one I'm actually going to get a hold of her and talk to her about some different holster options for running. She likes to run a whole lot. You know who Sarah West is?
Oh, yeah, I know Sarah.
Yeah, I ran with Sarah this morning.
Oh, okay.
And she carries a little Ruger, a little 380.
380, yep. I sold it to her, so.
Okay, yeah, good. And she was talking about some different holster options and stuff. I told her I'd help her out. But I actually picked up, I haven't wore it yet. It's this bag. I'm going to move my mic here.
Yeah. So what Todd's doing now is he's pressing this up against, no, I'm just kidding.
I'm pressing this gently up against my nipples. No, this is actually a chest pack, which is really kind of cool because I put my firearm in there. I can throw I actually have a work phone that I take with me. You know the struggle, right, Tarver?
Do it.
2 phones. You know the struggle.
Yeah.
I got 2 phones I got to carry with me, and I even throw my wallet in there and my keys, and it's actually pretty slick. It goes over your shoulders and clasps in. I haven't ran with it yet, so I'm not sure how much rubbing or chafing is going to happen.
Yeah.
But it had pretty good reviews on online, and I checked out some videos.
So what brand is it?
This is it's a bag. It's called it's put out by Hill People Gear.
Hill People Gear.
Hill People Gear. It's called a kit bag. It's got a gun in there. So
and it's got like a mesh back, so it breathes.
It
really
breathes
well.
a little
That's
bit
pretty
better,
good.
and it
a pocket for granola.
I got him a pocket for my granola. That's right, my oats. And it's got a little Velcro in the back pocket there, the big pocket. It's got a little Velcro there, and I was able to put my little Velcro Kydex holster and my little Shield 45 in there.
There you go.
And I actually could fit my whole VP9 in there.
So that'll like hold it in place, and
It'll hold it in place.
That's nice.
And so
That's what I was wanting.
any other firearm that I put in there, I think I'm going to go down and have one of the local guys just make me a Kydex shell and attach Velcro to the back of it.
There you go.
So it's you can just leave it there, so I don't have to send it around. But it's actually pretty cool. So I'm going to test it out, see if I like it, see if it works for me.
It's adjustable, so you can probably get it down
is.
off your nipples a little bit.
I'm going to I'm going to check on the chafing issue a little bit, and then I'm probably going to, and they don't know it yet, but I'm going to try to get a hold of the company and see if we can get one of the guys on the phone. I'd like to chat with them about it. They got a bunch of different kinds. So they have a running one that's just for runners, and they have this one that looks a little more tactical and got the molly loops or whatever that is on the front of it. And then they have one called the snubby bag, which is a lot smaller. Most people are saying you just have room for your firearm. That's it. But where I run, I want my phone. I want
if you're going to do it, go home and bring it on.
Yeah, bring it on. And I don't know. We're going to try it out and see.
Fall off a cliff, you can still call for help.
There you go. Call for help with 2 phones. And then I have a place for my keys and everything else. So
Two phone Todd.
So if you run a lot, you find that when you go out,
dual-wheeled.
Dual-wheeled. It's really hard to figure out exactly where to put your phone, your keys, everything else. So anyhow, I'm hoping this pans out. it's about $100.
Cool.
So it wasn't bad. I mean,
not bad.
You're going to spend that for a bag. And one guy showed on YouTube, he's been using his for he's run a bunch of races with his. I think he's been using his for 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
And it's held up. I mean, it looks a little wet stained and whatnot, but it's held up pretty well. So I was wearing it around the house earlier, and my kids are making fun of me, but whatever.
You need to put a
damn kids.
AR 500 plate in there.
Yeah,
make it a plate carrier.
There you go. But anyhow, I'm pretty excited about that. Hell, if it works, maybe that's something I could use on my running gun. What do you think? I don't know. I need to get that figured out anyway.
Yeah, I have no idea what the whole running gun is.
I mean, in that case, I would use that molly and get a holster that attaches to the outside of it.
There you go.
So
you can
grab it quicker. Have access to your firearm.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I got to start looking into that, but working on that some more.
Yeah.
But we'll get there.
Cross that bridge when it comes, huh?
So anything else happened this week, even besides the stories? And we actually got organized.
I think just recently. I don't know.
paperwork.
When was this? Does it say a date on it?
I cut that out because I was saving printer ink.
Oh. So just down
week.
down the road, eastern Idaho, Pocatello, sounds like some people were breaking into a business or something, and happened to know that this elderly, or not elderly, I guess he's only 55, but
That's old.
he witnessed them breaking into this business, and so they therefore what you have written down is silencing the witness.
Yeah.
They therefore, didn't want to get caught, didn't want to have anybody witness their crime, so they went over and shot the guy.
Wow. It must have. I mean, it makes you wonder, did he go outside for a smoke? Was he looking out the window?
Right.
Was he out there pissing off the porch? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously he wasn't armed, I'm thinking. They went in and shot him. There was a child in the home, too. I mean,
the juvenile, it wasn't
It's
injured.
there's not much of a description as to exactly what
This was
happened.
a business
and
they
why.
were going into.
Yeah, they were breaking into a business, it sounds
And
like.
he lived
and
near the business.
He saw
Good
them
grief.
doing it, and then they saw him seeing them.
And they went over and shot him.
So, yeah.
So
So are they on the loose,
Yeah, it
apprehended?
sounds like it. I think they are.
yeah.
How's the victim there?
It doesn't, does it say?
It says he's, last they knew, he was in surgery at the hospital.
Yeah, there's not a lot
So
of
I don't
info.
know.
This is actually Friday morning. is
Yeah, I
what
was
it
going to say, it was pretty recent, so.
So,
Um,
crazy stuff, man.
yeah, that's
Stay
right down the
prepared.
road from us.
Some people say they don't carry it home. Man, I carry it home, or at least I have one really nearby.
Yeah.
I always have them real nearby and home.
I wear them in my chest pack now.
Did you see
I wear that shit in the shower.
you were talking about the baseball bat one earlier.
Did you read that one when I sent the story over? You gonna read
Not
it?
too much.
You
A
can read
lot
it now.
of those I'm getting while I'm riding, and I'm
So road rage, I'll talk about it.
Yeah.
There's a guy over in Castle Ford, and he was driving, and he come across this car. This guy was driving real slow, and he was kind of just putted along behind him for a while, and he got irritated with him, so he just passed the guy. So he could get up to speed, and the guy caught up to him, passed him again. This is what kills me. Stopped, slowed down, stopped, and motioned for the first guy, the victim, motioned for him to stop
Pull
his
over,
car. He
yeah.
won't pull over. He wanted to talk with him. First of all, why the hell would you do that?
I wouldn't ever stop.
Don't
No.
leave your vehicle. Don't
Yeah.
stop. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Anyhow, the guy stopped, and this guy got out of the car, and he had a baseball bat, and he started hitting this guy. This guy was able to get into his car and get a tire iron out.
good grief.
Yeah, it was a
Through the tire iron.
yeah through the tire iron, and I think the guy got beat up a little bit with the baseball bat,
Yeah.
and then some passerby, some people in
They
some
they
field
broke it up.
broke
yeah.
it up.
But
and-
still, that's just wow.
I will say this though, road rage is a real thing.
It is, yeah.
And people will go from down here to being just enraged in a matter of seconds.
Mhm.
And I've never done that as far as pull a baseball bat, a gun on anyone. Never tried to run anybody off the road. But I don't like places like Boise.
Mhm.
Okay, I hate Boise. Too many people. I don't like the freaking roads.
Yeah.
I hate to wait in traffic. I hate being in traffic jams. And we went up there a couple of years ago for a work Christmas party, and my wife had to stop by some freaking store, and we had to go to this dinner, and we were running late anyway, and I got out onto the interstate, and it was rainy, snowy, and that traffic was just like not moving.
Yeah.
And I have never got more irate, more fast in my entire life.
Yeah.
There's no way I could handle California where you used to live. I mean, and I didn't do anything stupid, but I mean, I'm not making excuses, but I'm just saying road rage is a real thing. And if you pass someone like that and they stop and they're trying to motion you over, get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah. Don't stop.
Don't stop. Don't pull over. You're in a weapon. You're in a vehicle. I mean, plow the guy over if he gets in your way. Consider him a protester. But my gosh, step on the gas and get out of there. What were you going to stop and talk about?
Yeah.
I mean, why were you? You
Why
think the
would you-
guy was going to explain to you while he was going slow?
Why would you pass me like that? That's just not right. You know.
So I don't know.
Well, the whole road rage thing is pretty ridiculous.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you got to be pretty crazy, or at least so angry that you're out of your mind to walk up to somebody's car and think you're going to dispense some justice, because you walk up to the wrong car, and that's
yeah.
going to be the end of it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All day.
Yeah, there's a story my buddy used to tell me that I forget what it was. I think it was dark. He was having some, I don't know what it was. Somewhere, I don't know where he pulled over. I think the side of the road to get to snooze or take a nap or something. And he said someone came up and started pounding on his window, and wanted him to open his car door, and he wouldn't do it. And he was kind of like trying to wake up a little bit, and the guy wouldn't leave him alone. He kept telling the guy, "You better get the hell out of here, leave him alone." and he reached over and grabbed his 44, and he just went like that. I guess that guy took off like a shot. So
yeah, it wouldn't take much. I mean, that's
No.
about all it would take, really.
So, and I'm not advocating for wielding the weapon. You know what I'm saying? Necessarily, but I mean, do what you got to do. I mean, you don't want to brandish it, I guess.
Well,
That's the
you
word I was
inside your
So
vehicle.
this is
yeah,
that's an
true.
extension of your home.
This
Yes,
is
it
kind
is.
of since we're going along with road rage and vehicles and stuff like that. I this is one that I really want to know, thoughts on, because, and I'd love it if people would comment.
Yeah, comment. I'm working this thing already. We got 4 people watching. That's a whole lot more than last time.
In a case where someone comes up to your vehicle, let's say you're the only one in your vehicle. There's no kids, no family, nothing. They want to steal your car. They've got a gun pointed at you.
No, well,
What do you do?
give them the car.
You give them the car. That's what I say too. You just say, hey, it's not worth my life.
Right. No kids, no family in the car.
Just give them the car.
And a gun pointed at you. Yeah, it's your car now.
Yeah. So
Now, if they jump in the passenger side or something like that, and they aren't going to let you leave, depending on how
Do they still have a gun pointed at you?
Yeah, well, that's true.
yeah, and you're gonna have to I think in that situation you'd have to find the right opportunity.
yeah.
the
So
right time.
let's do this then. So if you're driving around in your vehicle, because there was a story a few years back, we talked about it on the radio show when it happened. It was in Boise. Some lady was driving, and I think it was early in the morning, and she was pulled up to a stop sign, and someone came over and grabbed her door, opened her door, reached in, grabbed her by the hair, and tried to pull her out of the vehicle by her hair. And she was able to reach in with her. You remember the story?
Mm-hmm.
Reach in with her right hand. I can't remember if she shot him, but she was able to open the glove or the jockey box or the arm compartment deal.
Right.
Was able to reach in, get her firearm. I think she might have shot at the guy, or shot at the guy. I can't remember. And
I
he
don't
took
remember.
off. First of all, if you're driving your vehicle at any time, lock the freaking doors.
Yeah.
Most of them now, the newer ones will lock.
They
Yeah.
automatic.
Lock the damn doors. There's no reason to have your doors open. When I'm in the morning and I'm sleeping in the Lowe's parking lot, I lock my freaking doors. No, lock your doors, and they can't get in. They can't bother you then.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that just makes sense to me, right? You lock
Right.
the doors of your house, lock the doors of your vehicle. So, but
Yeah.
you don't try to, I guess, protect your property. Don't defend your property. If it's just you and your family's not in there and you can get out, take the freaking car. I don't care. Take my wallet too. It doesn't matter to me. There's a gun pointed at you, whatever.
Yeah, it ain't worth dying over.
Right.
Because people will shoot you for just seeing them do something.
Oh yeah. So there was a story that I read. Someone wrote in. I can't remember where I saw it. We're getting all kinds of comments here. So he was taking his daughter. It was a Sunday morning. He always carried his firearm. He had just got out of bed. He had to take his daughter down to some church. This wasn't anywhere local. He had to take his daughter down to the church to drop her off for some youth group. They were leaving, whatever. And he's like, I've just got my sweatpants on, t-shirt. He's like, I don't want to take my gun today. I don't want to take my gun. But something kind of nagged on him. You better take it. Just always take it. He wasn't going to, but he grabbed it anyway. And he was getting gas. So he stopped at the gas station. I have to get gas. So he fueled up, and he's getting back in. His daughter was in the back seat. He got in the car to drive away, and as he sat down and was putting the car in, getting close to putting the car in drive, someone with a gun came in the passenger side and sat down and aimed the gun at him. And it was like, okay, you need to, drive or do whatever. And he was able to get his firearm out and convince that guy that what he was doing wasn't a good idea. And he goes, man, if I'd gotten lazy that day, he goes, so I was literally only going to be in my car because I didn't realize I was going to have to stop for gas. I forgot the car was almost out of gas. He's like, I was only going to be in my vehicle like 10 minutes at the most. He goes, and I stopped to get gas, and that's when this whole situation happened. He goes, had I left my firearm at home, what was I going to do? He said, it was me and my daughter. What was I going to do at this point?
That's an ugly situation.
You never know.
Right.
You never know when it's going to happen.
Never. So firearm, always, anywhere that you legally can, and then some if you can get away with it. And I maybe I didn't say that. I don't know. Maybe that needs to come out in the editing process. But I'm reading some of the comments here. They all agree with us. Zane, I got a gun pulled out. If they got a gun pulled out, give them a car. But anything else, whoop some ass. Okay, Zane.
So they're trying to steal your car with nothing, they're not threatening you with any weapon or anything.
I guess according to what he said.
That's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe they just want to ride something. No, who knows?
Yeah,
Get under.
this ain't an Uber. This ain't an Uber.
Get under and hang on.
Ass grass or cat? Never mind. Oh man, what else do we got over there for big news stories?
This is kind of funny, I think, and I'm that guy that doesn't care about celebrities or professional athletes or. I really don't care.
You're our AR guy, so I want to question you on
I'm
this.
This is me. I'm probably going to catch a lot of crap for this, but the celebrities down in California that are losing their homes to all the fires and stuff.
Yeah. Don't go there, man.
It's the celebrities. Everybody else, yeah, I feel for them.
Are they out safe?
But the celebrities, I'm like, you know what? I really don't care about.
You got $100 million in the bank, and
yeah, they
insurance.
probably got 3 other houses anyway.
Yeah,
right.
So
don't start a GoFundMe.
Right, exactly. But in this case, this was a Miami Heat basketball team. Their center, Hassan Whiteside, apparently had a brand spanking new $50,000 assault rifle stolen from his $400,000 Rolls Royce.
Okay, let's stop right there. I need an explanation here. How is any AR-15 worth $50,000?
Well, it says assault rifle.
So is that an actual assault rifle or is that an AR?
Well,
I mean,
I'm thinking
what
it's probably one of those gold-plated AK-47s.
Because they call everything an assault rifle now. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's full auto.
Right. No, it's no. I don't know.
Well, if it was full auto, you 50,000.
I could see that. I guess
right.
I didn't think about that. I'm down here, man. I'm not thinking about full auto anytime soon.
So I mean, yes, people get their firearms stolen out of their vehicles. I know, I hear it all the time. Stolen out of their safes, even. I've heard that a couple times. But you're kind of a target, I think, when you're driving a $400,000 Rolls Royce. What's the first car you're going to look to rob?
And where was this at?
Probably in Florida, I'm guessing, just because he's Miami Heat Center.
So let's take this down. Let's take this down a notch. Just being responsible for your firearms. I'm not picking on this guy, but I guarantee you, in your neighborhood where you live, if you live in town especially, there are groups of kids that are kids that walk your neighborhood probably 3-4 times a week.
Yeah,
checking vehicle doors. And if they find one that's open, they're going to rifle through it. Because I see on Facebook pages and stuff, I lost my guns and my guns were all stolen. And there's some poor gal, and I feel bad for them. Her husband had just got back from hunting. He left his firearms. He lived out in Gooding or somewhere. Mm-hmm. And they got stolen, out of his vehicle. She goes, we never do that. The one night, and I'm like, yeah, the one night you do. Yeah. That's the one night that they're going to come by on their little route.
Right.
And they're going to check a door, and it's going to be open, mm-hmm. and they're going to take whatever they can find.
Yeah, that's just...
everyone says that. Well, the one I never do, but that one time I did, that's what happens.
Well, and I'm thinking this Rolls Royce has got to have a security system or something in it. I mean...
He's at least got a trunk.
Did he not? I mean, I don't know. I think at that point, maybe they were assign blame on him.
Maybe they wanted the Rolls Royce and they saw the gun and figure,
it's a fair compromise.
Let's just take the rifle.
It's a fair compromise.
So I don't know. And then it found it later on, right?
I didn't finish reading the story, but
found it. I think they said that law enforcement found it in a drug dealer's car or some crap like that later on.
Wow, that was quick.
Was he trading it for stuff?
Yeah, let's see.
He just filed it as stolen later on. We don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he did. Contact the police, and his lawyers even got involved for some reason. So the gun and the ammo were recovered in the stolen vehicle a few weeks later. So yeah, I don't know that means he got it back, but
I think I might have cut the article off. I did a cut and paste on there because I'm being that's my Mr. Cheap mode. I don't want to print out any of the damn pictures, so I cut and pasted it into my notes and then hit print.
I'm sure he'll get it back after.
So there's a Instagram video of him shooting an MK-18 assault rifle, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's the one that got stolen. I don't know. Anyhow,
just be smart with your firearms, people, because there's groups out there that want to paint all gun owners in a bad light, and they will take every chance they get from you leave it in your vehicle and it gets stolen to you accidentally discharge it in the Walmart parking lot to you leave it sitting on the back of the freaking toilet, which happens all the time.
Well, yeah.
Be safe. Be responsible, right?
This time of year is probably the biggest time of year for people to break in cars because of the holidays and stuff.
Yep.
So if you do have a gun in your car, don't, and you're going into the Walmart, don't be surprised when you left all of the stuff you bought for your kids in the car and your gun's gone and those gifts are gone and everything. So I'm just saying this is the wrong time of year to be doing that, especially.
Well, they do make car safes. Use one of those.
Yeah.
They actually will bolt or they'll chain to your seat. You can slide it under your seat. They work. I've actually made one of my own out of a freaking ammo can and those stupid gun locks they give me.
Why have it? I mean, carry it when you get out. Have it on you.
And I agree with that 100%. But there's some people that do not.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long run back to the vehicle.
Yeah.
If something's going
down. Hey, hold on. Go get my gun.
I got to get my gun.
I'll be right back.
Just slow your roll for a minute.
I tell you what, it's shopping time and it's the Christmas season coming up.
Yep.
So it's a good time for mayhem and terrorism. So
yeah. I think, was it you that sent the video of the deputy in Washington getting in the shootout?
Yeah.
That's an interesting video to me.
Why did that guy...
explain it. You got to explain it.
Yeah, it was a simple
traffic
stop. Yeah, I pulled him over, said he thought looked like he was hiding something, stuffing something under his seat when he went by and turned on the lights, pulled him over. Guy opened the door and fired a shot and, had a little tricky time getting out of the car. But as soon as the door swung open, he fired a shot. Come out of the car, just unloading. Both of them were exchanging fire. Both of them reloaded. The bad guy advanced on the cop car. The police officer left his
vehicle,
left
his cover to run back to another vehicle. I don't even know how many rounds were exchanged there. Quite a bit.
It doesn't look like either one of them was hit though.
No.
Yeah. And I was actually talking to Todd about that. It seems like that. I mean, that's proof right there that when you're in a firefight or you're shooting at or returning fire, then you're going to miss a lot of your shots. In fact, in that case, all of your shots.
I would like to know what it was about.
Yeah, that is a little odd.
I mean, this guy was calm and cool, had a nice grip, advanced under fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Morgan just pointed out too. He goes, "That guy had training. Watch that video."
He did.
And I don't know if he's talking about a law enforcement officer, but I can.
Well, no, he is reload and everything.
I can guarantee you, the bad guy had training, and the way he wasn't even just throwing them bullets. I mean, he was advanced. He was advancing on the target. He was
under fire. Yeah,
under fire. He had the stance down. He had the grip down. That guy knew what he was doing. Yeah. He wasn't just throwing his freaking high.
Yeah, he reloaded in the car. I mean, and he did it quick.
And he was taking time to shoot. He wasn't just spraying everything. He stopped aim.
Yeah.
It was.
So he knew what he was doing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that was a pretty intense.
I'm thinking military.
He could have been. I mean, I don't know. You're the one that was your video.
Yeah.
And so you know more. I mean, you're the one that brought it to us, so you would know more. You'd always do really good at doing your research. Well, you are.
I'm a YouTube researcher.
A YouTuber.
YouTuber. But I don't know, man. Don't leave your car. That's my thoughts on it. That's your.
I don't know why.
Well, backing up like that. I mean, you just opened yourself up for.
Yeah. Well, the thing was, there was a guy parked behind him.
Yeah.
And he was actually drawing the fire toward that guy's freaking truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that saved him maybe was that he had enough distance between the guy. that his shots weren't going to be
Yeah, you
on
want to
target.
create
you know?
distance, but you want to create distance.
But
and
you still want to have cover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not giving up my cover.
Yeah.
One of us is going to die there at that vehicle
Yeah.
because I'm not getting away from it.
And that bad guy was there taking, the shooter was there taking, I mean, he was trying to shoot through the windshield. I mean, he was taking well-placed, aimed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing I'd ever seen. And then he dumped his girlfriend off.
Yep.
Yeah, he probably had some weed or something.
Oh, you want out of the car? Oh, I'm
Zane
sorry.
says he thinks he heard that guy was ex-military.
Gotta be.
He had to be.
That's what I was thinking too.
It looks too
He knows what he's doing.
too good. Yeah.
The guy looked way too put together.
He's not like kill shotting it, throwing the bullets down, you know.
Right.
So yeah.
His pants weren't sagging halfway down his
that's
butt
true.
crack as well. But I don't know. What else we got lined up there for stories? You're like our paperwork guru over there.
Parker County deputy was shot with his own gun on Monday.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
and was
Yeah, go ahead.
ambushed or was not ambushed by an illegal hunter.
Like he said.
Yeah, just shot by his own gun.
So he lied. Now, I was curious about that. Is they're offering a $10,000 reward for the illegal hunter?
For this
Are they going to charge him
mysterious poacher?
because this guy shot himself?
And then lied.
Well, under the rule that, well, he wouldn't have shot himself if he hadn't been called on you. So they're
Right.
I mean, that's what it sounds like to me.
Mm-hmm.
What's the reward for? Anyway, go ahead and tell the story.
Wow.
You don't even know what gun or anything.
No, the investigation just it says it led down several avenues. The incident was not an accidental discharge. It was a weapon malfunction from a concealed backup weapon,
2 rounds.
which was secured in a holster
Was
on
it
his
2
person.
rounds?
Wasn't it 2
On
rounds?
his person.
I can't remember the video now. I remember the video. I
Showed
can't
2
remember.
shots were fired with.
How
a bullet
does your
striking.
gun? How
not.
does your backup gun go off in the holster 2 times?
I do.
Okay, from my thinking, my knowledge, the gun does not go off unless the freaking trigger. This is a BB gun, by the way. Unless the trigger is depressed. How are you depressing the trigger twice
Yeah, I don't know.
while it's in a holster? I want to know what gun it was, and I want to know what the hell kind of holster he was wearing.
Maybe,
But wasn't it
maybe
one
it
cop?
wasn't proper holstered.
Wasn't it cop number 1 with the backup gun that discharged and hit cop number 2?
I didn't.
It
read
sounds
that.
like-
Let's see.
Oops. Sorry about that, brother. Thought I would have killed you with the first 2 shots.
It
but
said the video. There's a video, and it said it shows that the deputy's hands were not on the gun when
Yeah.
it discharged. So
that's what they're saying.
yeah, I don't know.
So you're saying
interesting.
it might not be the backup gun?
No, I'm saying it was the backup gun, but it
Yeah, it was the backup
another
gun.
officer. He didn't shoot himself. If I'm not mistaken, he.
Well, it said it.
How does your backup
It said it
go
was
off
shot
and
with his
shoot?
own gun. So
He was shot with his own gun.
Okay.
yeah,
Because he was walking and it went off. Bam.
Twice. That's what got me. I'm like,
Yeah,
so
how
it's
the hell
a
does-
ba-bam.
How the hell does that happen? So if it was, here's the thing.
it's a high point.
We don't know. We don't know what it is. We don't know what gun it is. But by gosh, if it was an actual gun malfunction, you think we would have heard about it.
Yeah, that's big news.
That's big. That's big news. That's lawsuit. That's okay. Recall
I need to
all
know
those
that,
guns.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
didn't go off once. It went off freaking twice.
Yeah. maybe he fell just at the right way where it hit the back of the slide in that right angle, like the SIG P320,
Yeah.
and it just
He didn't fall. So here's my thinking. How does the gun, being in a holster supposedly,
yeah.
go off and actually cycle
Don't you
again
stick that
with-
knife in your leg.
actually cycle again without jamming to go off a second time?
True.
How
Well-
does it being in a holster actually cycle without? Because it should.
so
A lot
think
of
about
holes
that.
in this story. There's a lot
You
of
would
holes.
have to have the trigger reset even in order for it to go. If it is just
right.
the only way it's going to fire is the trigger,
Yeah.
then it would go off.
The slide's not
from the
gonna
trigger.
fully function.
The slide wouldn't fully function.
No.
But then again, it would
Okay.
have to reset the trigger also.
Here's where okay, I keep thinking of stuff. So if it's in a holster and it goes off, it's gonna jam. because it ain't expending that shot up brass.
Right.
It's not going anywhere. That brass is going to go dink and just stay there.
Yep.
And you're not getting a second.
Yeah.
I want more info.
We got to stay on top of that story because somebody's going to try and sweep that away. That is we got to stay on top of that one. Keep that guy's name Google.
Really?
This one's you.
Oh, this one's
All
me.
you.
Oh God.
This is all political, right?
So this is a little political. We're gonna get a little political today, I think.
I like this one though
me and
because this is
Tarver
like
talked it
I'm just
out.
like wow, open mouth insert foot on that one.
Did you see this?
Which one is that?
This is when the guy talked about.
I'm the one that sent it.
Eric's
Is that you?
Yeah.
yeah. So
Steel Will.
I labeled.
I like your Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem.
I like that.
So actually, I'll let you explain it because I read it, but you know the names and stuff. These people better, I'm sure.
Yeah, Steel Will. There was a little Twitter conversation where Steel Will is actually promoting. He's wanting to do a $15 billion.
So he's a
Go ahead. I said you're good at this. 'Cause
he's
you know all this
a
stuff.
senator or a congressman
He's
from
a
California
congressman
or
from
something.
California.
He's a
Yeah.
Yahoo
Dirtbag, just
From
absolute
Cali.
filth bag.
dirtbag.
Yeah. So he's pushing this thing. And like I said last time, they're going to come they're going to push the Overton window. They're going to throw the red meat. So he's wanting to put $15 billion in mandatory AR buybacks and prosecution on anybody who don't allow buyback. I didn't buy it from the government, but they're wanting to $1,000 per gun, $15 billion.
Bought my permission.
Rambo Biggs, a reporter who used to be with InfoWars, challenged him on Twitter that he's not going to get him, that he's going to start a war. Representative Stilwell fired back that it's going to be a short war because the government has nukes. So
the government's going to use the military assets against its own people.
Nuclear.
Yeah, nuclear assets against its own people.
Yeah.
Therefore, eliminating all the people in the country.
Well, if you refuse to give up your gun, they're not going to have a standoff.
Well,
we're going to nuke your house.
His idea is if we can't get them from them, then nobody's going to have them.
And it might,
Well,
it will get your gun, but it's going to remove a few towns
It
too.
just shows the stupidity of these people and how bad they want our freaking firearms.
Oh, their
Yeah.
thought process is so like
Out of whack.
their tunnel vision on that gun control
And they
stuff.
say the stupidest stuff.
If
Yeah.
you think these people don't want you dead, you're totally missing the point. If you think they're just have a different point of view, if you think they're just a little, no, these people are insane. These people are evil, and that's what Stilwell is. And he tried to come back later and clarify it that no, it's not the 18th century. It's not going to be like that, and not that he wants to nuke anybody, but you just can't stand up to him. Which I would say we've been in.
It's happened
Iraq,
before.
Afghanistan for quite some while now. What, about 18 years?
But they're saying take your guns. Well, I remember a time somebody else said take their guns, and you know what happened?
And I'd like to point
Yeah.
out that one thing that people often overlook, and they always want to say, well, that was muskets. You know what it was at the time? At the time the document was written, we had the same armaments that the military had.
Yep.
The exact same ones. Matter of fact, we had better than a lot of the military. And we had cannons and everything else. So we've fallen pretty far behind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I need me a gunship.
There you go.
I should have a nuke.
How about
Yeah, I should have a nuke.
Nuke
too.
me out.
I don't want to bring this up too much, but the Black Rifle Coffee Company,
Yeah.
Matt Best and all those guys, they
Right.
made a Toyota Prius
Oh yes, I saw that.
with a I think it was an Avenger. I don't know. I can't remember what it was. Some
I forget which gun
Gatling
it was.
cannon on it though. I mean,
It was a what?
it's a hybrid.
It's a hybrid car. And
It's a Toyota Prius, but they had
they mounted.
a big old Gatling
Sweet.
gun on top of it.
I didn't listen.
I don't
to the
remember
video. I
what-
saw it and I was like,
yeah.
oh my gosh,
No, it's crazy. I mean,
I want one of those.
It is
those
cool.
guys are nuts.
yeah.
But
Great commercials.
So let's not talk about this again. Let's talk about the government thing. So what's going on down in Florida? Because you're better at following the political stuff than I am, and you opened my eyes up to what's going on in Florida.
Oh, with the Department of Agriculture.
Yeah, let's get nuts here, man. Patriot Defense is getting ready to go political for a few minutes. If you don't like it, turn down the podcast.
Viewer discretion. Oh, wait, listener
discretion advised.
Well, there's a big, obviously they're trying to steal some, an election in Florida, and they're magically finding votes everywhere, which I would like to point out, while everybody's doing all this fighting over Florida and focusing on Florida, we've lost 17 seats since the election. 17 or 16. They're taking them everywhere else while everybody's focusing on Florida. Anyway, one of the fights in Florida is the Department of Agriculture. Now, when everybody's focusing on the governor and the senator, the Department of Agriculture is now, we're losing it to a Democrat female. I don't remember her name. But in Florida, the Department of Agriculture issues the concealed carry license.
Which is weird.
Oh, that is weird.
But it is a shall issue state. But, even following the laws, how these organizations can make up all their own internal rules and make it impossible for anybody to get anything. So curious to see where that's going to go, but nobody's even focusing on that. And it's
scary.
Yeah. And you're talking about all of Florida. And like I said last time, we've lost Florida. Florida's gone.
I think it's crazy how just like I saw a thing, and I don't know, maybe it was one of you guys that sent it, but how the night after the lottery, the winning lottery ticket, they know exactly who won it. They know exactly the store it was bought in, but yet how far are we out of the election and they still don't know like how many votes were cast, who they were for, all that stuff down in Florida. But yet the lottery, we know right away.
Well, they're outright stealing it, and it's kind of hard to blame them. I mean, let's face the facts. These people do this all the time. They usually steal one or two, but there's never any consequences. What we keep forgetting is in Florida, just take Florida for example, we have a Republican governor, a Republican attorney general, Pam Bondi. We still have a Republican House, Senate, and President right now with his new guy that I think I like as the acting attorney general. Nobody's doing anything. Nobody's doing anything. They're just sitting here, weak as they can be, pathetic, sitting here wringing their hands. Oh, this is terrible. Why don't you do something about it? Why don't you do something about it, Rick Scott? You're the governor. You can have that lady removed. You got a crooked police force down there. Scott Israel, the sheriff, Broward County is just a filthy place. You don't want to be there. Dirty as it can be, as far as politics. But you have the state police. You can remove the sheriff. Do something. Scott, what he's showing me with I can't think of his name now. The one running for Senate, he's weak, terribly weak. He won't do anything.
That just discredits everybody that legally voted, that went in and actually voted, because they're just like their vote really doesn't count at that point.
Well, and another thing that we were talking about is Democrats will always steal an election here and there. That's the only way Al Franken got elected. Somebody found some votes in the trunk. Always. And they're always Democrat votes. They'll always steal an election here or there when they can. They're going for broke. They're trying to steal everything. They're doing it out in the open. We have one chance to stop this. They've been slow walking their tyranny for a long time, and Trump scared the hell out of them. If they get a chance again, you can forget it. We're done.
They're still building the machine.
Yeah, and we have lost Florida, and nobody's breaking the machine. Nobody's busting up the machine. If you don't come in with some RICO acts and start throwing people in jail, and another part of the problem is you got Trump up there, who I believe is a fighter, who has not fought anything yet, and I was one of his early big supporters.
You've got the hat?
I got the signed hat.
Yeah. Nothing against Trump. We're not picking on Trump here, but he needs to do something. Anything. People need to go to jail. They're still building this in the background. They're still building the machine in the background. Oh, yeah. In fact, they're getting more and more obvious about it. And I think what's happened is President Trump has come in here. People, President Trump's in. And everyone just kind of, I won't say gives up, but just kind of goes, oh, we can rest. You can't freaking rest because that machine never shuts down. And when they get a chance,
yeah,
they do not sleep.
Well, back on the Trump thing where he kicked that reporter out of the White House press room and stuff. The judge ordered that they have to reissue his press pass.
Yeah.
And there's people
Because
out
it's a
there-
First Amendment right. Well, if one reporter, being banned from there is a First Amendment right, then any gun being banned to me is a Second Amendment right violation. I mean, there's no difference as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Well, Trump's in Washington, and he's surrounded by a bunch of rhinos, and he's in this bubble of advisors, and everybody's telling him, calm down, stay true, don't get too radical. And basically they have neutered him. He's not effective at anything. He's not getting anything done. Everything he's gotten done can be turned over in a month.
Essentially turned him into a politician where nothing gets done.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
not
advancing the ball.
And what he ran as not being, he now is.
But
and I'm not blaming him necessarily.
but he's not getting any pushback from his.
That's all it is in Washington D.C. And he
Right.
wants to drain the swamp, but that's what it is. It's a cesspool. It's a swamp.
Yeah.
But everybody is telling him he's doing great, and then his supporters are just sitting there telling him he's doing great, and he's going along with it. He's like, well, okay, this is all I can do. I think he's afraid that he's going to do something too much and cause a lot of blowback. And there's a lot of his supporters are out there believing there's 100,000 people about to be arrested at any time. Half of Congress is going to be perp walked. Folks, he can't even ban a reporter from the White House. He didn't even ban him. He just took his hard pass.
Yeah.
He can still get a soft pass. He's just got to apply for it each time he wants to go in.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing stopping him. He can't even do that. Clear constitutional powers. He
Well,
put a travel ban
I think
up.
it's a double standard,
Took a
too.
year to get it through the courts to where he could do it.
Yeah. It is a double standard, too. I mean,
Nobody's
you look
getting
at
arrested.
You look at press conferences with Obama when he was in office, nobody ever attacked him. Like, nobody ever attacked him, like, question-wise.
Oh, no.
And they never, had a verbal battle with him over
Right.
anything. So there's a double standard in the media, for sure. Just because of that, because Trump's in there. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And I know people see it, but people are like looking away for some reason.
Right.
So I don't know.
Okay. Breathe. Breathe.
I
Deep
can
breath,
rant- I
Tarver.
can rant on politics.
No, and you do a good job. And I think we need to. I don't think we need to go all political, but I think we need to bring a little bit of it in here, especially the way it affects the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and what we're here doing. I mean, we don't have guns. We aren't gonna be able to do the podcast on firearms. We're gonna have to do it on like sticks and rocks. And
How much we love our Democrat representatives.
there you go. Yeah, this is the one that goes out, and we'll do another one afterwards. It
Well,
goes
right now
out.
we're exercising our First Amendment. So
There you go. There you go. So
it's funny though. I always tell people that are, pro First Amendment, and they just think that they can say everything that they want. You can, but you got to realize there are consequences to it.
Yeah.
And also, don't forget you do have a Fifth Amendment right to shut the hell up too. I'm just saying.
There you go. There you go.
The fifth.
So we've almost been at this almost an hour now. So it's
Cool.
gone by quick. I liked it. It was good. I will. You want me to talk about my little adventure with?
Send all your hate mail to Todd.
Yeah, whatever. You know what? If you send me hate mail, I'll be happy because I just want to get some kind of freaking mail.
We'll read it.
You know what that means? It means you have listeners. So
Exactly. But no, there was a Legal Heat is another company in town here that offers the class, and they have been without they lost their shooter, their guy that does the shooting portion of the enhanced permit, and so I thought I'd try to pick up some extra business, and I approached them, and it took me a while to get a hold of someone to do the shooting portion, and they finally got a hold of me. And it's one of those things where I wanted to talk to them about it. I wanted to pick up the extra business. But as soon as they actually sent me that email and said, hey, we want to talk to you, something just didn't feel right about it.
got the hairs on the back of your neck.
Yeah. A little kind of like, spidey senses going off.
Yeah.
And so I talked to them on the phone, and what they wanted me to end up doing was wearing a Legal Heat shirt. And I own and run Patriot Defense, and they wanted me to wear the Legal Heat shirt and represent Legal Heat. And they wanted me to, you can still own your own business, but you need to do this. You can't take any of our customers. You can't talk to you can't have any of your customers ever take any of your classes. And so I told them no. because it would have been a little bit of business, but I wasn't willing to sacrifice what I believe in and what I teach, and I don't know. I think they're big. They're a lot bigger than I am. They're in like
Utah,
30 something states.
Yeah, they're out of Utah. I know that.
Yeah, they're all attorneys.
Yeah.
And I was going to be signing my life away, I think. So
Yeah.
I decided against it, and I'm actually really excited because this actually gives me more time to work on some of these classes we have coming up. And I want to work on the Sims class when we get that stuff, and I've actually starting to put together some more classes. So I'm hoping to stay real busy this spring and summer. And but yeah, I told everyone I looked evil in the eye, and I backed it down because I wanted it, and then when they called me, I was just like, "This isn't working out well. This isn't what I wanted."
It's hard when you essentially build your own brand.
Yeah, I'm new to all this too,
and you're not just gonna, give it up.
That's kind of what they wanted, but they didn't come right out and say that.
Yeah,
And there was no upside. Basically, they wanted you to be their lackey.
Pretty much.
And
I do that Monday through Friday at my day job. I don't do that. I don't do that at Patriot Defense. My wife don't even tell me what to do at Patriot Defense. I mean, this is all me. If it burns and it sinks, it's because I burned it down and I sunk it. If it does, great, fantastic. But I don't know. So that was my big excitement for the week. My big news, anyhow. But anybody have anything else? I think we covered all the stories mostly, right?
Oh yeah.
Or did we miss any?
Well, there was like this. No, I think we got that one.
I think we're good. SHOT Show. I still haven't received an invite for that.
Yeah.
Still waiting. I'm still waiting for my invite in my
who's
email
got the connection in SHOT Show out there?
You're gonna have to get an FFL or something probably.
That's bullshit because that guy that does the freaking Chad Prather, he does his freaking videos. He gets invited. What the hell? He doesn't nothing with guns.
He's got sponsors probably sending him.
I don't care. He's Chad Prather. He's got dumb videos online. How come he was at freaking SHOT Show? Irritating.
How many likes does his videos have? How many followers does he have?
Way too many.
Yeah.
Way more than me.
So,
a lot more than I do. But,
yeah. So those numbers are sending him to SHOT Show.
I know. But anyhow, I'll whine about it a little bit more. But go ahead, and if you guys get a chance, check out my Facebook page, or not Facebook, well, my Facebook page too, under Patriot Defense. Check out my new website though. It'd be awesome to get that moved up to the top of the list on the Google searches, and that's what it's going to take is by people going to it. So. I got to change. I will say if you go look at it because it's my page.
Yeah, Google it.
But right now, go and look at the picture on the front page because they use some. I got to get my own personal photos in there. You got some stock photos, and this guy has got this.
The guy in the green shirt,
goofy ass gopher grin on his face. You got to check it out. I want to stab the computer with my knife every time I see it.
Yeah,
but that's well worth it.
Use DuckDuckGo. They don't censor searches.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
DuckDuckGo. Do you use DuckDuckGo?
I use it on everything. My phone, home computer, everything.
Really?
It's a great search engine. You can find everything you're looking for. Used to, you would have other search engines. You'd try them, and if you couldn't find it, you'd go to Google, and it would pop up. Now, Google's censoring so much stuff that you can't find anything you're looking for, anything that they don't want you to find.
So now you go to DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo.
Flashback. Duck, Duck, Goose.
Yeah.
Duck, Duck, Goose.
I was thinking of that, like elementary school all over again.
There you go. So I think we need to wrap this up, boys. We got our new system here. We got any parting thoughts, sir? They could be deep. They don't have to be deep.
I'm just happy to be here.
You sound thrilled.
No, seriously though. Like because
He's blinking to the camera.
you can only watch the same movie so many times before you just get tired of it. So this gives me an opportunity to get out and hang with people that are like-minded people and not have to, yeah.
I think I've spent this week watching every episode of Roadkill on Dirt every day. I kind of felt good to get out here and get this done.
Yeah. It's good times. I enjoy doing it. We just need more listeners.
Yeah.
To
share it with
really,
your friends.
Really push us to really want to do it. I really want to do it. But the more listeners we get, the more I want to do it. So
Parting thoughts, sir? Take your time.
Let your president know that you want him to fight. Quit acting like everything's okay. Quit acting like everything's under control. This is our only chance. Give the man some feedback.
There you
Honest
go.
feedback.
I'm going to do some parting thoughts in just a sec, but I do want to say thanks for listening. Mark Lilly, he actually started listening. I don't know. I think he just started listening, but he's he signed up for my next enhanced class on December 8th, and he said he loves it. In fact, it's cool because I sent out the picture of his email, and what he does is you can know they listen when they reference something they've heard in one of the podcasts, which is kind of cool. He called me. He goes, "Well, I don't have any credentials I want to go over, but I want to take your class." So I thought that was pretty cool. But just stay safe out there. It is the holidays. Watch out for crowds. If you are carrying a handgun, be smart with it. Carry it concealed, very well concealed. Be careful in crowds. People see that. You don't want them to snatch it. And just watch your back, because there are people out there checking vehicles and ripping off cars and whatever, because there's going to be people everywhere. If you can, I like to support small business, but if you can stay home and order that crap on Amazon, you know what? Stay home, order it on Amazon. It's probably a hell of a lot safer. But until then, I don't know. Turkey Day's coming up. I'll talk with you guys. I'll do one, even if you guys can't make it. I'll do one. Tarver could probably make it.
What's that?
Can you do one next weekend?
I'm not sure. Next week is a crazy week, so I don't know.
Oh, that's
Besides,
right.
we got to see how much hate mail you get.
Oh, yeah, I'm not getting any hate mail. And if you're available, you know where I am. So
Please send hate mail.
please send hate mail.
I can track you on my phone. I've got it. No, just kidding.
You probably do. Okay, until then, we are out here. Have a good and safe Thanksgiving. If you go out and shoot clay pigeons or something with your families, I know that's a big thing on Thanksgiving. Stay safe.